What is up, guys? This is your Crown showcasing my build in Path of Exile 3.26 Mercenaries League, and I am running my usual build, Power Siphon Totem Ballista. The difference compared to a few leagues ago is that we now only have 6 totems instead of 7. There's a few changes to the tree, and I'm trying to optimize the build for each league. At the moment, we are running 3 flasks because we got the Bala Bala setup. This is what my current setup looks like. Bala Bala Timeless Jewel with gives us stun immunity basically with 40% chance of being stunned and some stun avoidance chance on the flask, which is automated. We get almost close to 100% stun avoidance, which is pretty nice. We get some flask charges gained to help with the automation setup, and it gives us a lot of dex. Dex is pretty useful because it gives us some evasion as well as some accuracy, because we're attacking build, we need some accuracy. We also get the trader node from the conversion from Bala Bala, which gives us flask charges gain 4 charges per empty flask slot. So we got 2 empty flask slots, so we get 8 charges. This helps us automate and as well as fill out charges when we kill enemies as well. We're in stacking, mana stacking build. I have managed to piece together some of the endgame uniques and endgame gears I have, so I'm pretty well geared out. I have, this costs 14 divines. This was 10 divines at the time, but I was running a few things that were sort of mid-tier before. I was running only a 5 link, but I was clearing all content. And I've crafted this one myself. I've basically got 1 to 6 lightning damage implicit and just spammed alchemy orbs or chaos orbs until I got mana and attack speed, and then crafted everything else. I got this ring, which is intimidate and ally damage with attacks, which I crafted myself. I've got other rings that I used before, which is this one, which is just as useful. I was using Piscatos prior to using this one. Shaper's Touch gives us a lot of defensive mechanics, defensive layers, because we stack a lot of int, strength, and also a bit of dex. So with strength, we get increased energy shield, we get mana as well, and big mana pool means more damage, means more defense. Dexterity gives life. So with life, we build our life pool for Ivory Tower, which we reserve life to get energy shield. This is also another reason why we have a big ES pool. And this gives us evasion as well with int. So at the moment we're sitting at 57% chance of it attacks, which is pretty nice because we're running Grace. We're pretty fast build. I've got automated onslaught. If we place our totems, we get onslaught, and you can see we move at 611% move speed with the flask when it's up. So we're pretty zoomy. Damage wise, I've only got item rarity at the moment because I'm trying to magic farm. I've got a lot of drops, currency drops, just by using this setup. I've got a bit of rarity here, bit of rarity here in my gear, and I've got a gold flask that's running and item rarity. We're sitting at about 140, 150 item rarity, and that's pretty good. So we're magic farming basically. If endgame setup wise, I'll showcase what it looks like. This will be the endgame tree, which I will get Watcher's Eye with mana as extra ES. I'll get an Unnatural Instinct. I'll get a Split Personality. I don't have any of these things yet, so I'll make the changes. This is for the endgame, and with the endgame setup, we'll be at 23 million DPS, and this is conservative estimate because we're spending more than 1,000 mana. And in terms of scaling, we're lightning damage. We are getting power charges. We are getting shock effect value from the tree because we are running this lightning mastery. Maximum mana applies to shock effect, so we're getting a lot of shock effect. We can get max shock effect on even pinnacle bosses. The endgame setup will be using increased crit to cap out our crit. Without this, we're at 72. With this, we are at 100. We can get implicit gloves with attack crit percentage, and then we can get brittle on boots, which brittle ground instead of sap ground, and that can cap our crit as well and freeze us a slot. But at the moment, that's what I'm running. So endgame will be at 10k mana, about 12k ES. This is sort of still not fully optimized, but it's what I'm trying to build towards. So I haven't got this set up yet, this gives us like 140 int, I think, which at the moment I've only got 1.2, and in this build setup it was 1.4 something int. Yeah, one point, which is what we're trying to work towards. In terms of auras, we're running a few auras. The reason why we can run so many auras is because of Prism Guardian, which helps reserve life instead of mana, and we get one node, 20% increased life reservation efficiency, and we can fit everything in. There's some new rune graphs that increase reservation efficiency, which means we can maybe reserve more auras, to be honest, but I don't actually need it at the moment. We're pretty good. In terms of curses, we're only running Sniper's Mark. It's because I've got a Doriani set up on my ally, and I've got a Lear cast set up, so this is the only thing. It's at 141, but with our purity of elements affecting the ally, this will be at negative 100. So I've got negative 100. The reason I'm running this guy is because he gives me inspiring cry as well, and inspiring cry is pretty good at giving damage and mana regeneration. He does occasionally curse with elemental weakness, which we can take advantage of, but not really necessary. And I'm buffing him with haste, grace, and all the other auras that I have, so he's pretty strong. If you're thinking of running, other auras, you can run Wrath as an aura, so that will give you a lot more damage. So you can run that on this setup instead with Wrath. But I don't need the extra damage. It's not useful at this stage. I can get another prefix on my weapon. I just haven't thought about slamming an exalt yet, and I can get enchant on this weapon as well if I wanted to. I can get either crit. I can either cap out crit, or I can get something else. Cool. Farming wise, I'm running Jungle Valley. This is my tree at the moment, which is I'm running just Delirium, Legion, and Harbinger, and I'm running the Searing Exarch altars. That's it. This is what's getting me currency. So I'm running Scarabs of Harbinger, a couple of Legion Scarabs, Searing Exarch, and I run Harbinger on the tree, and that's it. That's all I need. Legion encounter. Huh. Wait, I haven't. I thought I unlocked my 5th slot. Where did my 5th slot go? Lol. I thought I would definitely have gotten my new 5th slot because I did the 4 timeless jewels. Maybe that's not the way we do it now. I'm not sure. But yeah, this is what I would run. I would run officers as once we unlock the 5th slot, but this is fine. So Searing Exarch, here we go. Maybe now I get my 5th slot. No, it's fine. Again, we got a big mana pool, so we're not really worried about chaos damage. We don't care about chaos damage. Just in case you wanted to see what the modifiers are like, nearby enemies have minus 100% lightning resistance. This can be higher because we can get better gear on our increased, sorry, and 50% increase damage. That's from the cast. It'll be at 48 million DPS at the moment with my mercenary setup, so that's not too bad. This is what the trees looks like. Cool. Here we go. Got the deli. Our automation arcane cloak just pops randomly. I can make the frequency a bit higher, but at the moment it just cycles pretty nicely with the amount of mana I can spend to make the DPS high. It's just perfect at the moment. Cool. Maybe I shouldn't loot. Maybe I should loot at the end. The build is pretty perfect for Legion because I've got a good PS setup at the moment, so we're not worried about clearing. We can clear everything pretty easily. Maybe I'm missing. What am I missing here? Oh, good. We can take chaos damage. I'll show you chaos damage. We don't care about chaos damage. We can run chaos damage. Cool. I'll pick it up at the end of the map, showcasing the clear. Everyone knows Power Siphon's pretty good with clear, but you know, showcasing like how tanky your build is, even without that much investment. Like we can't tank pinnacle slams, obviously. But look, when we're at absolute pinnacle of mana, down to uh, low mana, we can still recover without any issues. Cool. Again, this is with item rarity. We're not at full DPS yet either. And we can run mercenaries. I've cleared mercenaries easily because we drop our totems, run away. Mercenaries don't really hit us. Okay, let's have a look.
Make your damn choice.
Drop it, we run away. And he dies. I'm just clearing the map. I can run Sacred Grove at the end, perhaps. Oh, I forgot. We do have Frenzy as well. If we want it, we can attack and get Frenzy charges, obviously, but not needed. Once again, not needed. Ideally, the room is ending. It's just a quick way I run maps. Not really fully invested at all. Occasionally you can get fracturing shards. 6 fracturing shards is a divine. So it's another way to get money. Cool. Boss. Bosses are pretty easy with the build. You can set up very well because you put down sigil power. Get your stacks up, the mana stacks up. You can see we can get up to 1 million easily. But I don't want to be on low mana, so and boss dies. That's it. And then the delirium ends, we get some splinters, we get some currency, and that's it. So that's how I run things, guys. This is New Crown signing off. I'll post a POV for this league setup in the description below. Let me know if you have any questions. If you have questions about gear and how to craft stuff, I can easily answer that as well. I fully crafted this. Yep, that one. I think I purchased that potentially, but it's not the best. It's not the best boots. I can get abyssal socket on the boots. Everything else is unique. And belt, again, this is not a great belt. I'll just spam Essence of Spite. I can get maybe 10% attributes if I went for Elder Belt, Stygian Vice. Again, ring, I can get percentage intelligence as implicit, but I don't really need it. I can get a lot more ES, a lot more damage, but look, the build is already clearing very well. I'm having fun. That's all that matters. Thanks for watching, guys. This is New Account signing.